While much of New South Wales was being pelted by floods, farmers across large parts of Australia have been praying for rain. The drought is so bad, they need help to keep their animals fed. There is a solution, so why isn't it happening?
We need hay, is what it amounts to.
As all of our own fodder reserves were exhausted 6 or 8 weeks ago.
We've got a real fodder crisis at the moment that I don't think Australia has ever experienced before.
A jetty leading to nowhere but cracked dry land, and on nearby farms, endless paddocks of bare dirt. This sunburnt country is in desperate need of a downpour. After a tough spring and virtually no rain over summer, the drought in southwest Victoria has pushed farmers to the edge, and fast.
Part of the mindset was that we might be okay.
And do you still feel you might be okay?
We're definitely not going to be okay.
Cattle farmer James Knight has been working in the Sisters since 2016, a small settlement 3 hours west of Melbourne, where his core business is beef production.
It could very easily get worse over the next 3 months.
With a wife and young family, James is hanging on. He's got 1,350 pregnant females and another 1,250 young growing stock, but his fodder reserves ran out 6 weeks ago.
So how does this affect your family?
I reckon, George and I are a really tight team and best mates. I can only start to think that, seeing husbands or wives that, aren't sleeping or stressed would be challenging for them.
James soon realised weathering this dry spell wouldn't cut it. He needed a plan.
That you have to supplementary feed your animals with feed that needs to be bought in, or you put wheels underneath your livestock and you send them off farm. We have purchased fodder as much as we could in the bale form, which is now basically non-existent. We're very fortunate to have water for livestock at the moment. There are a lot of people. There are a heap of people I know that are a lot worse off than us.
Gary Kelly from Bellman Water is run off his feet. He's on his 12th delivery for the day, dropping some 26,000 litres of water per load to properties across the region, like Bernie Free's dairy farm.
It's unheard of. It's that dry.
Bernie's had to call in about 12 loads of water since February, usually only needing 2 or 3 for the year.
We got to grow some grass for them, which is becoming very challenging this year.
So what do you need more than anything else to keep these cows alive here?
We need the bales of hay that we're dragging in.
So how much of your income from the dairy farm is now being spent on feeding the cows?
60% last month, and it'll be up to 80–90% next month.
So surely that's not sustainable.
No, it's not sustainable in the long run.
Being able to afford the feed is one thing, finding it is another.
We buy it off a fella that delivers it as well, and at the moment he can't source any for us.
So there's no more hay?
Well, that appears to be what the story is at the moment.
Farmers across the borders want to help, prepared to haul hay wherever it's needed most. But this declared pest presents one of the biggest challenges of all, the green snail. From Western Australia, it attacks a myriad of plants, including crops, a biosecurity risk other states don't want.
We need hay, is what it amounts to, and it's not available. So we need the government to be actually talking to us about what the other solutions are.
Farmer Brett Hosking has just been appointed a member of Victoria's new Drought Response Task Force.
We're looking at opportunities to bring some from Western Australia, which has a whole lot of challenges amongst it, or from Queensland, or also looking at can we get it offshore, can we bring it in from overseas? And there's some real critical conversations happening at the moment that have never happened before.
Brett says rigorous quarantine rules are delaying desperately needed feed, while farmers try to keep animals and their businesses alive.
How do they recover their pastures? How can they rebuild their farms? How can they restock stock that they've had to sell as well? So they're our next challenges.
While pushing for faster testing of WA hay, Brett has also got word there's shipments of palm kernel coming from Malaysia to fill the gap. Until then, decisions will have to be made selling cattle.
Well, I think we're going to offload another 50 in the next 2 to 3 weeks.
If Mother Nature is going to show these farmers any mercy, she'll need to unleash a soaking of above average rainfall. But ask meteorologists, and that's not on the cards. The next couple of months' rain here is forecast to be below average, and we may all pay the price.
It might get dearer for the consumer.
And as sundown brings farmers one day closer to rain, they know the relief won't be instant. With winter comes slower growing grass.
The sooner it rains, the better, and if we have a mild winter, that'll be even better.
Geez, it's just so dry. And we wrote to the Victorian government asking if it had a plan to help with hay delivery. We've had radio silence.